Okay, concentrate and ask again later. We will do that. Sorry, you caught me in the middle of making my market forecasts. Obviously, I'm just joking. But one thing I was thinking of, and it's kind of been bothering me the last really couple of months, and in fact, about a year and a couple months ago, we did a video called Just Guessing, where we had some fun saying, hey, here's all the different ways we might predict what's going to happen next and what we should do with our portfolios. Because at the time, I was very annoyed at the confidence that people had in their forecasts. Now, we saw some overly optimistic forecasts and some overly pessimistic forecasts and everything in between, but they were doing it with confidence. And our whole point then is going to be my whole point today is we're dealing with an unprecedented situation. We've never seen the sheer amount of money dropped on an economy like we saw over the last 15 months. We've never seen thousands of dollars every few months go to American families. We've never seen what happened when those families got out of their lockups and what they did with that money. And yet we see Wall Street making these confident forecasts about what they believe happens next, and in turn, what they think you should invest in. And I think that's just completely irresponsible of them, because sometimes it's okay to say, look, we just don't know. However, what we rely on is something that has not changed, is the market moves in cycles. The other thing we know is the stock market cannot for a long period of time be worth more than the economy. You can't have every company be a winner. There has to be winners and there has to be losers. Otherwise, the growth rate's going to slow down so much that they're not going to be able to attract new capital. And it's happened again and again and again. But most importantly, what has not changed is it's humans making the decisions. If they feel good, they're going to buy stocks. And guess what? When the market goes up, it's because more people are buying than selling. And when it goes down, it's because more people are selling than buying. That's just how markets work. There's no fancy mathematical formula that says this is what the market's worth. It's based on human decisions, and it's based on how we feel. So knowing we've had this nice strong upcycle, knowing we've seen all this money flowing into the economy, we do have to ask what's next. Now, I have my opinion. My opinion is it's going to be really tough to keep the growth rates that we've had. But we're not making any decisions based on that opinion, because I know I can be wrong. In fact, I hope I'm wrong. But what we're going to do here at SEM is monitor the data, look for signs based on market history that says we're entering that down phase of the cycle, or maybe we're entering a new up phase of the cycle. I know it's been frustrating for a lot of people, including myself, over the last few months. From point A to point B, we haven't seen a lot of money be made. Now, we've seen big upswings and big downswings and everywhere in between. That's typically the part of the cycle that we call a transition phase. And those transitions can be resolved to the upside or they can be resolved to the downside. We just know it doesn't go on for too long. And so we just are really urging everybody to understand that there is nobody out there who knows what's going to happen in the future. We do know that we are due for a down cycle, but I don't know when that's going to start. So what we're going to do at SEM is the same thing we have done since 1992, the same thing that served us so well throughout the pandemic. We didn't know how bad it would be. Our models reacted accordingly, and they took money off the table, and most of our clients enjoyed in the whole scheme of things from an investment perspective, a very, I guess you would call it, tolerable spring when the market was in a free fall. And then when things appeared for the market's perspective to not be so bad, that's when everything got redeployed and we enjoyed a really nice 2020. And that's our plan. We're not going to make predictions. We're not going to change our portfolios based on what we think is going to happen. We're going to let the data speak to it. So we're going to continue providing updates. I hopefully don't have to do a bunch throughout the summer, but if things get dicey, we'll definitely be back. So stay tuned to the blog. Stay tuned to our YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe so that you get notifications as when we provide updates. But most importantly, understand nobody knows what's going to happen, and you shouldn't base your decisions on those opinions.